psychiatrist said my stalker wasn't real. Then he broke into my session and stabbed her. Dr. Vivian Thorngate crossed her legs and adjusted her reading glasses while I explained for the third time why I knew someone was following me. Her office smelled like lavender and leather, expensive and clinical. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves lined with psychiatric texts, diplomas from prestigious universities covering one wall, a modernist painting that probably cost more than my car hanging behind her desk. She'd been my therapist for 6 months, specializing in anxiety disorders and trauma. My previous therapist had referred me after my panic attacks became unmanageable. I trusted Dr. Thorngate completely, which made her dismissal even more devastating. He was outside my apartment again last night. I saw him through the window standing across the street under the lamppost. Same gray jacket, same baseball cap. He stood there for 2 hours. I timed it. Dr. Thorngate made a note on her tablet, her expression neutral. And did you call the police? I shook my head. They came the first 3 times I called. They never found anyone. The officer told me I needed to stop wasting their time with paranoid delusions. He actually used those words. She nodded slowly. Maya, we've discussed this pattern before. Your anxiety manifests as hypervigilance. You're seeing threats that aren't there because your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight mode. This is a classic presentation of generalized anxiety disorder with paranoid features. I pulled out my phone, opened the Photos app, showed her the screenshots I'd been collecting. But look at these. This is from the grocery store security camera last week. See that man in the background behind me in the cereal aisle? That's him. And this one from the coffee shop 2 days ago. Same man, 3 tables away. And this one from outside my gym. He's always there. Dr. Thorngate glanced at the photos for maybe 5 seconds. Maya, those are different men. You're experiencing pareidolia, seeing patterns where none exist. The mind does this when it's hypervigilant. Every tall man in a dark jacket becomes your stalker. Every stranger who happens to be in the same public space becomes evidence of conspiracy. Her tone was gentle but firm, the voice of someone who'd explained the same concept to hundreds of anxious patients. But they're not different men. Look at the jawline, the way he stands with his weight on his left leg, that scar on his right hand. It's the same person. She set her tablet down and leaned forward with that practiced therapeutic posture that was supposed to make me feel heard. Maya, I need you to consider the possibility that your perception is being distorted by your anxiety. You've experienced significant trauma. Your assault 3 years ago left you with understandable trust issues and fear of men, but you're now seeing danger everywhere you look, and that's preventing you from living your life. The assault. She always came back to the assault. Yes, I'd been attacked in college by someone I thought was a friend. Yes, I developed PTSD afterward. Yes, I had trust issues and hypervigilance, but this was different. This was real. I know the difference between anxiety and actual danger. Someone is following me. He knows where I live, where I work, where I go. He's been doing this for 2 months. I have documentation, photos, a timeline. Why won't you believe me? Dr. Thorngate's expression shifted to what I'd started calling her intervention face. Eyebrows slightly raised, mouth set in a line of professional concern. Maya, this fixation on being followed is consuming your life. You've stopped going to yoga classes you loved. You've avoided social events. You're calling in sick to work because you're convinced someone is watching your office building. This isn't anxiety management. This is anxiety controlling you. We need to discuss increasing your medication dosage and perhaps adding an antipsychotic to help with the paranoid ideation. Antipsychotic. She wanted to put me on antipsychotics because I'd noticed someone following me. I felt my chest tighten, that familiar panic rising. But this time it wasn't about the stalker. It was about being dismissed, gaslit, told my reality wasn't real by someone I'd trusted to help me. I'm not having psychotic breaks. I'm not delusional. Someone is actually following me, and you're telling me to take medication that will make me question my own perception even more. My voice was rising and I forced myself to breathe, to stay calm, to not prove her diagnosis right by losing control. Dr. Thorngate made another note. Your resistance to treatment is concerning. When patients refuse to consider that their perception might be distorted, it often indicates a deeper issue. Have you been taking your current medications as prescribed? I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw my phone at her expensive painting. Instead, I stood up and grabbed my jacket. I'm not coming back. I need a therapist who will listen to me, not one who's decided I'm crazy and interprets everything I say through that lens. She didn't try to stop me, just made another note on her tablet and said in that maddeningly calm voice, the door is always open when you're ready to engage with treatment seriously, Maya, but I can't help you if you won't help yourself. I left her office, took the elevator down from the 8th floor, walked out into the February cold feeling more alone than I'd felt since the assault. If my own therapist didn't believe me, who would? I drove home checking my mirrors obsessively. No gray jacket, no baseball cap. Maybe Dr. Thorngate was right. Maybe I was seeing patterns where none existed. Maybe my trauma had broken my ability to distinguish between real threats and imagined ones. But what happened next changed everything. To see the full story, click the link below or go on my channel.